This video explores what could have happened if the fictional character Eugenie Victoria Bonnie Blue Butler had a different outcome than what we see in the famous Southern novel written by famous native Georgian author Ms. Mitchell. Bonnie Blue was born during her parents' tumultuous marriage and dies in the book. Her death and other major characters' deaths are a turning point in her parents' relationship that eventually climaxes at the end of the book, with the results being the end of their marriage. If Bonnie had lived, she likely would have continued to be a horse lover, the apple of her father's eye, and would continue to grow as a beautiful toddler, girl, teenager, and then adult. Likely her father would have consented to Bonnie being raised Catholic, the religion of her mother, and Bonnie would have gone through being christened and communion as other Catholic girls. Her life would be full of traveling the world with her doting father as he continued to keep her as far out of her mother's grasp as much as possible. If she and her father remained close during her teenage years, likely she would have had private tutors to accommodate a more flexible schedule that would be ready to travel at a moment's notice to accommodate her and her father's wonders. Since her father's character seemed to be an astute businessman that was savvy enough to keep his business interests flush with cash, it isn't a far stretch to imagine that he would be able to support a lavish lifestyle and continue to give Bonnie the best money could buy. Bonnie may have rebelled in her teenage years against her father, and he may have tried to gain a tighter grasp on her, hoping to stop her from turning out like her mother. But if they did remain close, she would have had the finest education, and I suspect her father would not have encouraged her to marry unless she really wanted to. She likely would have continued traveling with her beloved father around the world in its far corners. Bonnie and her father would have likely traveled to Charleston, his hometown, Alaska, and Paris in spring. Although she didn't care for London as a child, she probably would have grown to love it. What if her father unexpectedly died? I don't picture Bonnie going back to Atlanta to live full-time with her mother. Against her widowed mother's wishes to return home and live with her, she ventured west on her own. Once there, she would fall in love with a cowboy while seeking her place in the world, then possibly marry him and start a family on the frontier. Some of the hardships she might experience are becoming a young widow. She may also marry to a ne'er-do-well that spends all of her money, and without further support from her mother, she has to make do with what money and land she still has. She wouldn't back down from the challenge and works hard to survive on her frontier property. I pictured the last chapter of a book about her ending with her still being a beautiful woman with eyes as blue as a Bonnie Blue flag before peacefully passing away surrounded by a big family. The character of Bonnie would have been very interesting to read about, and there really isn't anything we couldn't imagine her doing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.